What's going on, FMFAM? It's your boy. I got this one car. Y'all remember that ECM that I replaced? It was like on a Sentra. Well, that vehicle is making me question my abilities as a technician, as a dealer mechanic, as a dealer technician. If y'all want to figure out why, may have to switch careers, stay tuned. We're gonna go through a couple things. So I'm gonna walk y'all over here, all right, and we're gonna take a look at this vehicle because it is really stumping me. It's came back a few times. The first time I couldn't duplicate anything. First part of our repair process is to delete codes, do key cycles, and drive, and if it don't come back, ship it, right? Because we're not allowed to replace anything under warranty that's not actually happening at the moment. That's not dealership decision. That is a manufacturer decisions. So with that being said, I have got this vehicle back a few times, completely under warranty. All right, this thing has about 20,000 miles on it. I've looked up cases on this vehicle. I've looked up everything that has to do with the ECM. I'm getting 2 codes in particular for battery voltage. Now, under those 2 codes, of course, we go through our diagnosis process, which is doing some wire testing and harness testing and pin fit and all this other good stuff. And everything checked out. And with that being said, I was told by somebody of importance to replace the ECM. Hey, I do as I'm told, right? So we replace the ECM and then this thing comes back. A little bit more research, okay? Now let me back up a little bit. This vehicle has to get jump started. What's happening like every 2 weeks? Of course, we're not gonna keep a customer's car for 2 weeks. That's just unheard of unless you're a domestic dealer. Then okay, that's something normal, because for some reason they can't diagnose and get a vehicle out in less than a week. They can't even blame parts. It just takes them that long to get a vehicle into the shop. Now here we do what's called a turn and burn, okay? When I did the ECM on this vehicle, we had the part in stock, but it was already late. So I did it the next day in the morning. Drove it, everything was fine, okay? That was on the second visit. The third visit, after I did my digging, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I'm trying to go in chronological order. I pull the vehicle in, scan for codes, same codes all over, same issue. Jump start, check engine light comes on. Test the battery, of course, because customer complained of jump starting, so we got to test the battery. Battery passes. Now, if y'all know about these dang battery testers that dealerships use, they can be hit or miss. Like, they just, oh my god. And we cannot replace a battery unless it fails. So I test the battery passes. They didn't do a parasitic draw test just because if they were complaining about it dying overnight, then I would have, but this was happening every 2-3 weeks. So this was very intermittent. So I checked my harness all over again. I checked my connectors all over again, and I couldn't find an issue. So I do my database search again, where we look up similar issues nationwide, continent-wide, and see what other people for the same issues have done and what fixed it. Well, there was one that stood out to me, and it had to do with the radio. Programming in the radio, software issues. Not a hardware issue, but a software issue. So with that being said, we reprogrammed the radio. If it falls into a certain part number or version, right? So if it was a certain version, then that version had an issue and they had an update for it. So I follow procedure. I updated the radio. I should have actually caught that the first time, but I was thinking too deep into it. So I reprogrammed the radio. Let it sit overnight. No issues. Drove it. I was like, okay, you know what, man? This vehicle's gone. It's done. It's out of here. Finally. Whew. Well, the very next day, it happened again. But it was on a Saturday. I guess it happened too late to where the customer couldn't bring it in. Same issue. Had to jump start it. And when they jump start it, check engine light. Scan it again. Same freaking codes. I don't know. So I was like, you know what? This time I'm really gonna dig into this vehicle. So if you know what's going on right there, yeah, look at this. Is that normal? Can y'all tell me? Do I have it even hooked up right? And is that number normal? To me, that number is very normal. That is it. Can you get any better than 3 milliamps? I mean, we should see what? I'd like to see less than 50 milliamps, which is 0.05. Which I'm drawing way less. I'm drawing about a tenth of that. So my next step, since this thing is dying, obviously there's nothing staying on. We see that, right? There's nothing staying on. My next step is to replace. No, I'm lying. Not replace it. I need to test it, which I will test it in the morning without letting it run. I'm gonna test it fresh. Like if it's a customer's car, they let it sit overnight, test the battery, see what happens. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Okay, when dealerships can't figure something out, it's not because they don't want to. Yes, we want to fix y'all's cars. Why? Because it hurts not our ego, but it makes us feel like, man, why can't I figure this out? Why does it keep coming back? We don't make money on comebacks, guys. We don't. It really hurts us, and it hurts the shop because it makes us look bad. But some issues are just very weird. Can I say that? Weird? So yeah, I'm gonna test the battery tomorrow. See what we come up with. If it passes, then I'm gonna let it sit another day and see what we come up with. I'm really hoping this battery is just bad, but when they bring it in and it's on a fresh charge, it's passing, so it's tricking the battery tester. So I need to really let this thing just cool down, let it sit, test it. Maybe we will get a bad battery, and if it is a bad battery, I'll let y'all know. If not, then I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all updated on this. But I just wanted to give y'all a little insight on what I got going on. And with it being this low at the shop, I can't afford this. I don't want to, But I talked to the customer. They sweet people. I talked to them. They're like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, this, that. I'm like, look, can I keep your car for a couple days? Because normally we only keep it overnight. Let me keep your car for a few days. And I want to figure this out for you. I really do. You shouldn't have to be bringing your car back to the dealership multiple times. You should not. So yeah, we're gonna get this figured out, guys. Don't get me wrong, we are gonna get this figured out. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next day, it will. I'm hoping this is the last time they come for an issue like this. Because if they do, then, like the title says, I may have to switch up careers. I don't want to do that. I love working on cars. I love diagnosing, and I love fixing cars. I love when cars come in with issues. I'm not saying that I love that cars have issues. No, I love when cars come in with issues and they leave fixed. I love fixing them. It gives me joy. It gives me satisfaction that I fixed this vehicle. But with that being said, guys, this is going to be it for the video. Check out these videos right here. Subscribe right there. Merch.
Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments.